Hi, Tom Hudson here. Let's talk about insurance. As a personal injury lawyer, one of the biggest questions I get from strangers all the time is how to make sense of all the different kinds of insurance that could cover a car accident. When you get your insurance bill every month or every 6 months, there's all kinds of lists of coverages. So let's go over them a little bit. Maybe I can make a little sense of it for you. In Florida, there's only one kind of insurance that everybody has to have, and that's called PIP, or no fault insurance. PIP stands for Personal Injury Protection, and it covers you in any accident you're in, no matter who's at fault. What it pays for is your doctor bills, only 80% of them, 60% of any lost wages, and whatever out of pocket costs you have because of the crash. It may not seem fair that PIP pays no matter who's at fault, but it's a way that the insurance companies use to save money, and they're the ones who ultimately pay for all this stuff anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But no fault insurance is the one kind of insurance that everybody has to have. Now, one kind that you should have, but not everybody does, and there's no legal requirement to have it in Florida, is called liability insurance. Liability insurance is insurance that pays to other people that you might hurt if you're inattentive or negligent for some reason. Now, the important thing about liability insurance is that it also will provide you with a lawyer if you get sued by somebody else who you hurt. And a lot of times that's more important than the underlying coverage itself, just because the cost of lawyers is so expensive. So liability insurance is to cover you if you hurt someone else. Now, in addition to no-fault insurance, there's also something called medical payments, or MedPay coverage. MedPay covers, it's basically just additional to no fault. It might cover the deductible in your no fault, and it might cover another $5,000 to $10,000 of medical expenses that for anybody that's in your car. And again, that's regardless of fault. There's two kinds of property damage coverage that you might have. One's collision and the other's comprehensive. Those two coverages cover your car to repair your car in the event that you get in an accident. Collision coverage is strictly for collisions, and comprehensive is everything else. That might be fire damage, flood damage, wind damage, those sorts of things. Now, frequently there is a deductible on your comprehensive or your collision. If somebody else is at fault in the accident, they might eventually wind up having to pay your deductible. The last type of insurance is maybe the most important in a state like Florida that doesn't require people to have liability insurance, and that's called or uninsured motorist coverage. Now, it's kind of complicated, but here's the way it works. Coverage is like a separate policy of insurance that you have bought to cover the liability of some other knucklehead that might run into you. It's almost as if the person that runs into you and you just happen to have the same insurance company. And the way that works is if you make a claim against your own coverage because the other guy didn't have enough coverage, then it doesn't go against you. They can't cancel your policy. They can't raise your rates just because you make a claim. So it's kind of complicated, but if you're in an accident, give us a call. Maybe we can help you negotiate your way through the entire process. We're the Hudson Law Office, committed to our clients and our community.